West.
I can still see the wind in her golden hair. I close my eyes for a moment, I'm still there. The bluest skies in Texas are haunting me tonight, like the stars that fill the midnight sky. Her memory fills my mind. Where did I go? Did I wait too long? Or can I make it right?
A gruesome triple murder 19 years ago left emotional scars on the people of Humboldt, Nebraska.
3 people killed, including Brandon Teena, a 21-year-old transgender Nebraskan who the convicted murderer now sits on death row for.
In this exclusive special report, 1011's Chad Silver speaks with a man now facing execution.
Most everyone who lived in Nebraska in 1993 remembers hearing about the murders. John Lauder at the center of it all, accused of shooting and killing Brandon Teena, Lisa Lambert, and Philip Devine. The court ruled Lauder and Marvin Neeson raped and killed Brandon after learning he was actually a she. The other 2 just happened to be there at the time. Lauder has maintained his innocence. For his plea deal, Neeson was sentenced to life in prison, Lauder to death row. And that's where he's been for the past 16 years, waiting for his final punishment, but hoping for an appeal. Do you think that you will be executed?
Well, there was a time I'd say no, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's one thing now. I don't sit there and say no to that possibility. I mean, now with the way things have went, especially here of late, I mean, it's clearly, you know, getting more and more that it could be a possibility.
The appeals aren't going his way, first denied by the Federal Court of Appeals and then the U.S. Supreme Court in March. As he sits here at the Tecumseh State Correctional Institution, he knows his time is almost up. What is it like knowing that, you know, every day you go about and it's possible that you could get a call tomorrow and it's someone from the state and they said, okay, this is the day that you're going to be executed?
Well, I mean, I don't look at it in that terms. I just look at it, you know, yeah, I got an appeal that I got in front of the court, and I know that that could go one way or the other, and then I know after I get to a certain stage, there's that possibility that a date could be set, you know, but I know that ain't etched in stone.
Are you ready to die?
Unless there's, you know, of course, some kind of mental, you know, defect in them. Everybody has a will to live, you know. Everybody's going to fight, you know, with every breath they have to live.
Fox Searchlight Pictures presents Boys Don't Cry, a remarkable new film based on the life and death of Brandon Teena. In an amazing tour de force performance, actress Hilary Swank became Brandon Teena.
When I got the film and I started rehearsing and preparing for the role, I wasn't trying to define what Teena Brandon was.
What is the matter with you?
I don't know.
You are not a boy!
I was just trying to play it as a person who was pursuing their dream.
You don't seem like you're from around here.
Where do I seem like I'm from?
Someplace beautiful.
Action!
First-time feature director Kimberly Pierce set off on a 5-year journey researching the life of Brandon Teena.
Hey guys, it's Lavender here. Welcome back to my channel. It's Lavender here, and today I want to do a true crime story, true crime case on the murder and hate crime murder of Brandon Teena's murder. He was born on December 12th, 1972 in Lincoln, Nebraska, and he died in December 31st of 1993. This true crime story took place in a Nebraska town called Falls City. A 21-year-old trans man was brutally beaten, raped, and murdered in one of the most heinous and horrific hate crimes in history. Not just in American history, but in history in general. Brandon's story has been told, if you guys have ever watched, you know, movies or films. It has been told in a number of media, including a film and movie called Boys Don't Cry that came out in 1999. that was and is directed by Kimberly Price and starred Hilary Swank as Brandon, as the lead character as Brandon. So here's a little backstory behind Brandon. So Brandon was raised along with his sister by a single mother who lived off of disability payments. Brandon's father had been killed in an accident before he was born. It was later determined that he and his sister had suffered years of sexual abuse at the hands of an uncle. And early on in Brandon's childhood and teen years, Brandon rejected traditional female gender roles at an early age, and he rathered adopting a male dress and habits and dating women beginning in adolescence. So he knew that he was a trans man, from the beginning. He was later expelled from high school. He also had a number of convictions for check fraud that resulted in sentences of probation. That's actually one of the events that led to this whole situation of him being killed by his former friends, because they found out what he was born as. Brandon left Lincoln, Nebraska for Falls City at the age of 20 and hoped to try to start a new life in a community where no one knew him. Just a fresh start, basically. He started dating Lana Tinsdale and made former friends, the people that would later go on to murder him in a hate crime, John Lauder and Marvin Nesson. But upon discovering Brandon was a biological male in 1993 of December, they went in a full-out rage mode over it, and later forcibly disrobed Brandon in a bathroom on Christmas Eve, and hours later raping him. Teena reported the rapes to local police and was subjected to a degrading interrogation by the police. The police didn't really take this seriously. I don't think, believed him, but they didn't take this seriously at all, and this is what happened. It led to the death of a beautiful young man. On New Year's Eve, to prevent him from ever pressing charges for the rape and trying to cover up what they did, they decided to kill him, Brandon, and two bystanders to try to get away with this heinous hate crime. They traveled to Lambert's house and shot Teena to death, Brandon to death with a gun. They also murdered Lambert and a friend, Philip Devine, leaving only Lambert's child unharmed. John Letter remains on death row and at the Telikoski State Correctional Institution, having been convicted of the killings with Nesson's testimony. Marvin Nesson is serving 3 life sentences at Lincoln Correctional Center in 2007. He recanted his original testimony and now admits he murdered the 3 victims with Lauder as his accomplice.